universe.
Greetings, temporal humans. This is Boudreaux, the totally non-corporeal cybernetic ghost from the future. Vic Hermansen has failed to keep up with his trailer trash Tiny Terrors obligations, so I am marginally proud of him for publishing this delayed episode. Marginally. Better late than never, and all that. Welcome to Trailer Trash Tiny Terrors, episode number 5. In this episode, Vic Hermansen tells the story of a creature photographed deep in a Louisiana swamp. It is a thing of nightmares. It appears to be eating a human leg, the foot of which has painted toenails. It's difficult to be less direct than that. We have titled this episode, "The Sacrifices Walk Willingly to My Ancient Yet Still Defective Ma."
This is Vic Hermansen. I'm looking at a photo that I found floating around on various internet forums 3 or 4 times. Generally, it ends up in the Bigfoot category. I can essentially assure you that it's not a Bigfoot. The photo is of a creature of unknown size. It appears to be a bit of a demonic rabbit. It has this huge bulbous head with a bulbous nose and tiny buried eyes. The ears point downward. The fur, or hair, whatever it may be, is rough and coarse and black. It appears to be sitting on a log in clear, harsh, midday sunlight. So the shadows are also harsh, making the discernment of certain details somewhat difficult. It's holding what appears to be a human foot and leg, and with a femur sort of flopping to the side. The toenails on the leg are painted, some dark color, something almost black. It looks like he's eating this leg, and it looks like between his legs there is a skull, a human skull that has largely been denuded of flesh. I don't believe this is a Bigfoot at all. I believe that this is the vessel, the body, the actuator created by something that I can't call anything but a demon. It's a horrifying photo. So in this trailer trash tiny terror, let's really terrorize. And let's see if this being can tell his own story. I'll see you on the other side.
Humans are unusual creatures. They are so deeply enmeshed in their egos that they even tell their personal stories in the first person, usually. Nowhere else in the universe do you have creatures who are that enmeshed in their own egos. Oh, you'll never see aliens come to Earth. They're out there, but they just don't think the same way that humans do. What am I? I'm going to say that humans would have to think of me as a demon, although I came from no deity. I came from no rebellious spirit. I arose from the detritus of the universe, and the universe has more detritus than you might want to recognize. It is difficult for me to estimate my actual age. I suppose I must be about 13 billion years old, but certainly not in this particular form. I know I've been on Earth for a very long time, And even my form on Earth has changed from year to year, from decade to decade. Today I exist as a bipedal horror. In human terms, I'm approximately 7 feet tall. That makes me much larger than most humans, and immediately frightening and intimidating. I am covered with a coarse fur. My face at one time was that of a rabbit, though it has grown and mutated a great deal over the years. My body is largely human, at least the combination of the dead bodies of multiple humans. Oh, I didn't seek them out. I didn't hunt them down. They came to me willingly. Oh, there are so many humans who are looking for something to worship, that they will, once they are aware that there is something that just is not God in that swamp, something that they can worship, and something that can give them at least a moment of insight or clarity or wealth or pleasure or revenge. Oh, they will come tromping to me, lying down, ready to be consumed. And consume them I do, body, spirit, and soul. I suppose there are 500 human souls, or the festering debris of human souls, existing within my consciousness, existing in whatever I ultimately am. You see, when I consume a human, or a bear, or a crocodile, or whatever, DNA does not matter. That part of me that came from the universal detritus, it can use any DNA. There's no rejection. It takes the DNA of a young, beautiful, naive 18-year-old girl and easily mixes it with that of an ancient, almost ready to die wolf. Therefore, I can use anything from any creature organically that I wish. And if parts of me die, all I have to do is find some other appropriate part. I actually kind of think of it as an art form. I can change what I am over time, and occasionally I'll find a clear, calm body of water and just admire what I have become. Oh, I'm an egotist. I guarantee you I'm an egotist. I admire that about humans. You see, throughout the universe there are billions of entities, of species that understand that it's their purpose to understand and love God. Humans have a very slight understanding of that, but mostly they wish to understand and love themselves. And I am fully on board with that approach to existence. We are born in clusters. There must have been 500 of us, maybe 1,000, when I was born. I'm the only one who is still alive in any form at all. All of the others have returned to the energetic core of the universe, or they just simply died. I managed to find my way to this planet. When I got here, I was something like an eel, like a snake, like a skink, a glass snake, some sort of long, sinuous thing that could writhe in the dirt and could at least begin to understand that there was pleasure in surviving. And survive I have. Of course, I had no real mind. All I was a random collection of particles and universal energy that had just the tiniest spark of that divine intention to create. You'll call me a heretic, or you may call the man who reports this a heretic. But God did not control every bit of his creative energy. Oh, there's a lot floating around out there. Occasionally it will impact something, And for some reason that I can't fully explain, that thing will come alive. So out there, in the great vastness, there are living asteroids. There are living comets. I was simply a living, divine spark-inspired worm, shall we say, until I crawled into the nostrils of whatever that first creature was. It was something like a badger. It didn't like me being there. It tried very hard to dispel me, but it wasn't long before I was able to dwell there constantly. It wasn't long before I could burrow into that brain. And since then, it has been just a non-stop collection of different creatures, all with different abilities, all with different possibilities. It probably was 1,000 years before I got to a human. But when I did, the entire universe opened up to me. You see, even if you absorb that which God has made, and you destroy its connection to God, which I understand the theologists say should not be possible, but I assure you it is. It stays there. It is like a raw material that my mind can take and create new aspects of my being. And so I have no idea what I will eventually be. I speak with this odd accent because of the 600 or so human souls that I have absorbed. Most of them have been from the southern United States. This is how they speak. I like it. It's lilting, it's gentle. It makes me feel that even though I am as savage as a thing can be, there's at least some part of gentleness and gentility within me. I'm in the swamp. I will probably not ever decide to actively hunt humans. All I have to do is send out that signal that there's a demon in the swamp. It cares about you. It wants you. It needs your love. It needs your attention. And come to me, and I will give you the secrets that you want. I'll give you the succor that you desire. I'll give you the fulfillment and power that will make you that human you want to be. Of course, I'm lying. I always lie. That is what I do. But they will come. And you can't imagine what it's like to see a 67-year-old female, a 67-year-old woman who's lived in a horrible marriage forever, walk through the swamp barefoot. She's lost her shoes. She's lost her purse. At one time, she had on some beautiful makeup. Her hair is a mess. She doesn't care anymore. That hair has been caught in so many trees, and she's been bitten by so many insects. She has dysentery. She's vomiting. But finally she sees me, and that look of misery and horror, that look of pain, that look of dejection, that look of, my God, I cannot be bitten by another insect, it goes away. And suddenly, there's that worshipful, lovely face. And it comes to me. I believe I probably have more I need to tell you. But I hear a sound off in the distance, and I put out a signal a few days ago. So I'm going to stop and wait. And if I feel like it, at some point in the future I will return, and I will tell another ego-driven, first-person story of the worm that was born from the detritus of the universe.
I'm going to call this flash fiction. It's amazing how much easier flash fiction is to write when you're discussing ideas that have been rattling around inside your head for 20 years. I like our new horror, our new terror, our new denizen of the swamp. It's very likely he will comprise the next 4, 5, or 6 Trailer Trash Tiny Terrors. Suddenly I feel as if I have sand in my throat, so I think I'm going to draw this to a close. Trailer Trash Tiny Terrors is written and produced by me, Vic Hermanson. The music came from Lobo Loco and Smart Sound. Tune back in a few days when we will learn more about our nameless horror that contains 600 human souls. Bye, everybody.